Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Galco from Optimum Scouting as well as BleacherReport.com. I'm here joined today by Sam Bradford, quarterback of the St. Louis Rams in Texas. Hey, Sam, how are you?
I'm well.
So I know you're working with Axe and getting your notable hairstyle and Axe makeover before the Super Bowl started. So talk a bit about that, how that went.
Yeah, it's awesome. Something I've done for a while now is I go into the season with short hair and let it grow all year long. And as you know, it's pretty out of control by the end of the year. So I teamed up with Axe Hair. They hooked me up with their stylist. Went to New York last week. They gave me a new look. They gave me the buzz cut, which I love. It's something that I've done in the past. But it's great now because Axe just came out with a new product. Their Buzzwood cream. Put it in my hair in the morning. Softens it up, gives it some texture. Really does some great things. It's got SPF 15 in it, so if I'm out on the golf course or outside all day, it's protecting my scalp from the sun. Really excited about working with Axe Hair, especially because next year, when I go through the same thing and let my hair grow all year, Axe Hair's got a wide variety of hair products. So no matter what length my hair is, I'll be able to use a product to get the look that I want.
Mm-hmm. Well, absolutely. I know you're an avid golfer and you play a lot of basketball, a lot of other sports as well. So definitely being prepared for those situations is definitely important for an athlete like yourself. But I also want to talk to you about a few other things besides obviously the Axe promotion you're going on right now. And first off, on the past season, I know after a great Oklahoma career you had an 88-16 touchdown interception ratio. At the end of this rookie year, you had a great rookie year, and you had an 18-15 touchdown ratio, which is great, but probably something not that you're used to. How did that transition from being able to put those numbers up in college to going 18-15 in the NFL?
I mean, it's a totally different game. Obviously, I would love to put the numbers up, that I did in college, but you look around the league and there's really no one who's doing that. I mean, besides maybe Brady, when he got hot this year, but the competition is just. It's so much greater in the NFL than it is in college that, it's really tough to put up numbers like that. I'm really not concerned with numbers. As long as I'm helping, my team win, giving them a shot to win every week, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, I want to ask you took every snap for the team this season, one of only 4 quarterbacks ever to do that. How did transitioning from being a leader in Oklahoma to being a leader of a professional organization in St. Louis handle for you?
Obviously it's different just because, when I stepped into the huddle with, guys at OU, especially my last year, I was just as old or older than most everyone in the huddle, whereas in St. Louis, when you step into the huddle, there's guys who are 30, guys who are married with kids, so, it's definitely a different dynamic, but, I just try to lead by example, try to show up every day, work as hard as I possibly could, and I think guys really respected my work ethic, so, when I felt I needed to say something and felt it was time for me to be vocal, guys really responded.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You had 7 guys this year with 20 or more receptions from you, and 9 guys caught touchdown passes. How did that volume of receiving options help or hurt your rhythm as a developing quarterback this year?
I definitely think it helped. I think when you spread the ball out like that, I think it really makes it hard for defenses to concentrate on any one receiver. So, the fact that we had that many guys catch, 20-plus balls, I think that says a lot about our offense. We spread it out. We get it to everyone we need to get it to, and we make it tough for defenses to cover any one receiver.
Okay. What was it like being in the playoff hunt as your first year as a starting quarterback and nearly leading your team to a division title?
It was awesome. Obviously we came up a little bit short, but just the fact that, we had the opportunity to win our last game and go to the playoffs was, a great situation to be in. It was a great learning situation. It was a big game. So, hopefully we can use that experience that we gained this year in big games in the future.
Mm-hmm. And looking towards the draft, first off for your team, what players' positions will you be watching on draft? I know you're going to be a big fan of the draft come April. Will you look at in hopes of getting the pieces to reach the playoffs next year, which is your goal eventually?
I don't know. That's not up to me. That's up to our coaches. But I'll definitely watch the draft very closely. I hope we draft whoever our coaches and GM feel can give us the best shot to win next year.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and I want to ask you about a few of the top quarterbacks this year in the draft. Well, what do you think a quarterback like? I know you probably haven't seen much of Cam Newton at least, but what type of quarterback do you think a running type, kind of one read system like he ran at Auburn, can transition the NFL game, which, as you know, is making a lot of reads on the fly and making decisions on your own? How do you think a guy like Cam Newton, who has all the athletic ability in the world, but maybe needs that adjustment to make reads in the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to have the opportunity, to be a great player in the NFL. Obviously he's going to have to change the system he played from the system he played in college, but obviously he succeeded, in the system he was in college, and that's what he was asked to do. So I don't see why, if they asked him to do something else, then I'm sure he'll be able to adapt and very well in that system as well.
Mm-hmm. And also a guy like Ryan Mallett has some question marks as far as his mobility and accuracy. How much have you noticed in your NFL career so far that how important that being mobile in the pocket and able to move around the pocket and dodge traffic, as well as being accurate on the move, is important for an NFL quarterback?
It's very important. There's very few times in a game that you drop back and don't have to move in the pocket or escape the pocket to throw. So being able to be accurate, not only in the pocket but while you're on the move, that is very important in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. And also, you had great receivers to work with in college, and a guy like Jake Locker from Washington has had to deal with, not an excuse necessarily, but definitely some younger receivers than you had. You had guys like Ryan Broyles and a lot of other NFL-type receivers around you. How much do you credit your college success and then your eventual pro success, like I mentioned before, with the great receivers you had around you to your development?
I give a lot of credit to them. I think any quarterback will tell you that the guys around you really make you the player that you are. I've been blessed to be around a lot of great players when I was in Oklahoma, and now that I'm in St. Louis, I feel the same way. So, I think the guys around me have definitely had a major impact on the success that I've been able to have in my career.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And kind of last thing I want to talk about for a little bit is the decision of Andrew Luck. And Andrew Luck chose to stay in school at Stanford for another year, even though he's projected to be the number 1 overall pick. And that probably sounds like a similar story to you, because you dealt with the same type of thing, staying in Oklahoma for your redshirt junior year, which you eventually cleared for the draft then. Talk about what you think, what you had to gain and what Andrew Luck has to gain from staying out of school at college.
Yeah, I just felt like for me, staying another year in school, allowed me to mature both physically and mentally. I got bigger, I got stronger, mentally, grew up so much in that 1 year that I came back to school. Even though I didn't get to play, just facing that adversity of going through the injury and having to deal with that process, I just think made me stronger as a person and made me more prepared for the NFL. So, I think, he'll face some of the same things when he comes back. I think, it'll allow him another year to grow both physically and mentally.
What were your main reasons for wanting to stay in school, and how do you think his maybe situation compares with him at Stanford?
I don't know. I don't know his situation, so, I really can't compare him, but, for me, I know that, I wanted to stay because I wanted to win a national championship. I felt like with all of us coming back, we had an opportunity to do that. Unfortunately, a lot of us got hurt, and we never really got to see, the capability of what that team would have been.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Last thing I want to ask you about is kind of your Oklahoma Sooners for next year. Projected by many to be the top team in the country next year. I know you know Landry Jones pretty well as a quarterback behind you, and DeMarco Murray is leaving, but outside of him, Ryan Broyles, a lot of those defenses are remaining. What are your hopes for next year for the Oklahoma Sooners program?
I hope they win a national championship. I wish them all of the success in the world. If they start out preseason number 1, I hope they remain at number 1 all year. I hope they go undefeated.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Sam, thanks again for joining us tonight. Enjoy the Super Bowl and best of luck next year, and hopefully leading your Rams to the playoffs. And again, that was Sam Bradford, quarterback of formerly of the Oklahoma Sooners and now the St. Louis Rams. Had a great rookie year. We appreciate him taking the time to join us tonight, and hopefully he can relax, enjoy the Super Bowl, and then plan for next year as he hopes to lead the St. Louis Rams to the playoffs. Again, my name is Eric Galco from Optimum Scouting, as well as for BleacherReport.com. I appreciate you listening tonight. Thank you very much.